To a beautiful sun. I've woken up to a beautiful sunrise. My internet keeps cutting out, but I hope it recorded from the beginning. And for today, I'm focusing again on my journey in Canada and how people have tried to control me in the name of it's for your own good and it's for your own benefit. So people who are not doctors, who are lawyers, who are aeronautical engineers, and these people are related to me. They were demanding that I go and get another psychiatric assessment done. Otherwise, they're not going to help me financially. So I said, no, I'm not going to. And when I reached out for help, I reached out because I don't have any money coming in. So they said to me, no, we're going to send you an email with our terms and conditions. And if you don't accept those terms and conditions, we're not willing to help you. So I said, no, you don't need to send me an email. I'm not accepting terms and conditions. They insisted. So they sent me an email with this, and I replied and I said, no, I'm not doing it. Because first of all, they have no right to put those kinds of demands on me. And secondly, they have no right to control me. Those decisions are made with my doctor, and they are personal decisions. So because I don't have a job doesn't mean I'm mentally unstable. There are millions of people in Canada who are experiencing the same things I am, who are not able to get stability and permanent jobs, who have to take contracts, who try to set up businesses and they don't get support. So just because they have both their parents, they have homes, they can, if something happens, they can move back in with their parents. This is how I'm treated. And it's completely inappropriate. And I've tried to explain to people that I already have the supports in place, that I'm trained as a spiritual director to know when I need to reach out for help, and that I do reach out for it. And I contact my doctor and I tell my doctors if I can't cope or if something's affecting me, and then my doctors work with me to get me that support. But no, these people want to play God with my life and say, no, unless you are willing to go and get another psychiatric assessment and present proof to the family, we are not willing to help you. So I said, then don't. Because when you donate to a charity, when you donate to all these organizations, whether it's the St. Jude Society or the Marians or your church, you don't go to that priest or that organization and say, unless you go and get a psychiatric assessment, we are not going to give you any money, do you? You trust that those priests, those spiritual directors, those people will get the help that they need if they need it. And they have doctors. So if those doctors say, you know what, I see that this is happening, we need to put you into psychiatric care, then those doctors will work with them to do it. But no, these people all think they're better than me, and they use the fact that they helped me before against me. They made a note in those emails, this is what we did for you, this is what we did to help you. So why did you help me then? If you were going to keep detailed financial records of what you did, I should have done the same. I should have made a note of all the things I did from the time I was a little girl to give you emotional support, to give you help. Maybe I didn't give you money, but I gave you a lot of emotional support. I gave a lot of support in this community, which has indirectly or directly benefited your families. And that includes my relatives. So I said no. I said no. And it's completely inappropriate. People who are suffering with gastroinfections, with IBM, with all these things, irritable bowel movement, it's a result of a mental illness. They think, oh, it's only your gut, it's only your, you have a problem with your stomach. It's not. If you read up on the saints, you read up on St. Hildegard's teachings. It's a problem with black bile that starts in your body. It goes up to the brain. It causes a problem in the brain, and then it goes down into your body again. So the things that I learn in my theology, I apply them in my own life. And it's very, very insulting for people to leave me out of family gatherings, to say, oh, we don't want any confrontation. So for the last 24 years, since my mother's come, I've been left out of everything. I have invited people. I always make everybody's included, everybody's invited. If they choose not to come, that's up to them. But I'm left out. And I've done nothing to them. If I had committed a crime, if I had killed somebody, if I had stolen from people, if I had been the most despicable person on earth, then yeah, I would agree with them. I've done nothing to them. But it's too much. And not only that, when I ask people for help, they don't just say, okay, we'll see Belinda. No, they contact my cousins in America, and they contact family in America, and then they use that against me. Oh, we know you contacted family in America to ask for financial help, and we have seen those emails. So why are my emails being forwarded from family in America to family in Canada, and they're not even direct family to me? It's completely inappropriate. If I reach out to you to ask you for help, that is a personal request to ask for help. It's not like I'm reaching out to Bono as his past volunteer, or when I was his volunteer, a present volunteer. It's not like that. It's not like I'm reaching out for a business request, but I'm being treated like it's a business relationship. So I told him no. I said, that's fine. Don't help me and my mom. That's fine. Because any help I get also helps my mother. Because it means that my mom doesn't have to ask people for financial help for me. To ask people, hey, my daughter's out of a job. Do you know anybody that can hire her? She's a graduate of Wits University and University of Toronto. So, you know what? I had enough of it. What's happening to me, I don't do to other people. And it's completely inappropriate. They coordinate it. They don't just coordinate it for the family. They reach out to past employers. They reach out to my doctors. They reach out to police. Just because I'm asking for some financial help. It's completely inappropriate. There are millions of people all over this world who set up GoFundMe links because they are not able to manage with what they're getting from the government, or because they've lost jobs. And you know what? When I came here to Canada, I didn't say, oh, you know what? I'm going to sit at home and sponge off people. I have done everything right. Even in the face of opposition. You go and ask my uncles if they ever told me, yes, you must retrain, you must get your Canadian qualifications. That's the only way you'll come up. They won't. Because they've never done it. Because they have never put that faith in me. They've never said, and you ask them, they'll tell you. They'll tell you, she did it. They told me, you did it on your own. We didn't think you could do it. And on top of that, I lost my dad young, so nobody's there for me. No one's there for me. My uncles are not there for me when I need them. They get offended, they get insulted if I speak in the wrong way to their wives. So I don't talk to any of them. And when I reach out for help, I'm told, leave me out of it. So whatever I've done on my own. I've been left out of family gatherings. I've not been invited. All the key milestones of my godchild's life, I have not been there for. And that's been her choice. It's been her choice. She made a choice not to invite me. When she was a child, yes, my sister and my brother-in-law invited me for some of those things. And they chose me to be her godparent, to be her godmother. I wasn't even here. I wasn't even in this country, and they chose me to be her godmother, to be the example for her and their son. So I don't force myself on anybody. And if I'm thought of that lowly by the extended family and by people that they want me to go and get psychiatric help, which Dr. Zaretsky himself supported me not getting, because he knows that if I need the help, I'll reach out for it, that is completely inappropriate. And I told him. And I'm letting the public know, because you know what? At the end of the day, it's my life. It's my life, it's my dreams, it's my goals, and I worked hard. I worked hard to get to where I am. And nobody has a right to demand that I go and get psychiatric assessment or psychiatric treatments when I don't want it. And that includes the police. It's too late now for the police to say we are not healthcare professionals. Because when I told them that I didn't want to do it, they insisted. They insisted. And some of these psychiatrists do not believe that prayer can heal. They don't. They say you're delusional. So I stood up for myself, and I do not deserve to have my life sinking into poverty. I apply for jobs. There are many people here who do not want to go to America. So they stay here. They stay here and they put themselves through suffering. If I get a good paid job in America, I'll take it and I'll go. I don't worship money, but I'm also not stupid. I know I need money to live in this world. And frankly, no one had a right to put those types of conditions on me. And even when my aunts and uncles and everybody got together, the rest of the family, and they sent an email to me to say that that was the last time they were going to help me and they're not going to help me anymore, I accepted it. It's their choice. I appreciate they worked hard for their money. They have a right to refuse to help me. That's fine. But is it the loving thing to do? No, it's not, because I'm their blood. I am the daughter of their brother, my uncles. I'm their brother's daughter. I'm the daughter of the eldest son of the family. And you know what? I could have left my mother in Zimbabwe. I didn't have to bring her here. My sister and brother-in-law didn't sponsor her. I sponsored her. And they told me, you're going to have to do it because we can't do it. We're not going to do it. I sponsored her and I took on all the responsibility. So you know what? Treat me with some respect. Treat me with some consideration. Even my brother told me, you better go and live in a council house because we would like to help you, but I can't. He told me, he said, I can't. I've got my kids to take care of. So, I did not choose these circumstances, and I have been faithful to the Lord. So I told him, don't contact me anymore, because you people sit and you talk about me, and you don't see all the good I've done. You don't see that I'm responsible. You don't see that I've been a good member of this community. You don't see that I've graduated, that I sponsored my mother. You don't see all those things. You think I need additional healthcare support from a professional when I don't. And it's completely inappropriate. You people who are suffering from all your irritable bowel syndrome and all your anxiety attacks and all that, and you're getting upset because I don't see the world from your point of view, you are the ones that need to go and get those assessments and get that help, not me. And because I don't accept prostitution and harems and polygamy and all that, doesn't mean there's something wrong with me. It means there's something wrong with you. It means there's something wrong with you. Because sex trade and sex work is not real work. And those people who are sending me those text messages, yeah, they would love to see my life ruined completely and see even my body and soul destroyed. But I'm not willing to have that happen. I am applying for legal jobs every day, including in the banks, including in healthcare, including in education, and I am going to get a job. I won't give up until I get a decent paid job with a legitimate company. And if you people want those things for me, you should do it to yourselves first. Because asking for financial help and being humble is actually a gift. It's not a curse. I don't like asking for it, but I haven't had a choice. I haven't had a choice. And I've done very well, and I've done a very good job for every company I worked at. And frankly, the banks are sick and tired of the people who keep calling everywhere I work and wasting their time and wasting my time and getting me out of my jobs. It is time you focused on your own damn lives. And if you don't want to help me, just say, sorry, Belinda, we can't help you. Don't send me emails saying that, oh, we're only willing to help you if you go and have a psychiatric assessment. Maybe your relationships are perfect and you never fight and you never have a disagreement and you never have things that you see as contradictory. My relationships are not like that. They are not. I fight, I love, I make up, everything. I have very normal relationships. And I responded to the family and I thanked them for their help. And if they don't want to help me anymore, they don't want to associate with me, they don't want to come visit me, it's also their loss. Not that they'll appreciate it. They won't. Because they don't care. They don't care. If I'm not willing to live on their terms and be nobody and do nothing and not educate myself, then they don't want to associate with me. That's fine. Because they did those things. So why don't they want those things for me too? They have homes, they have cars, they're educated, so why don't they want those things for me too? I want them for myself. And moreover, everything I did to make my dad proud of me. Losing your dad at the age of 5 changes you. Basically, my brother and I grew up without a father. We were too young. And my sister. And instead of them treating me with the respect and the consideration and saying, yeah, you know what, there's 20 of us, we can all put $50 aside for you and we can help you, they're doing the opposite. So keep it. Because if you had given me that money, it would have been cursed anyway. If you don't want to help someone, don't. Or if you want to do that to me, go to all the priests, go to the Archdiocese of Toronto, go to all the organizations you give money to and send them emails saying that we are not willing to give you any money unless everybody in your organization gets a psychiatric assessment and goes for psychiatric care and agrees to mate and see how far you get in life. You people that are sending me all those emails and messages and all that, you all had good careers, you all had good paid jobs, you all had stability. Probably many of you have 2 parents. I didn't have any of that, so treat me with some respect. I deserve it.